event we did was also dedicated to gender violence, and this has been an interesting experiment because some of the poets asked when we were doing the event, but I have no poems about gender violence. And we thought, well, it kind of feels bad to force a poet to write about something, right? But we thought, well, maybe it's gonna be fun for them too, you know? And so we thought it's interesting to have many different poets from different parts of the world, different generations, writing about a problem that concerns us all. And for example, Roger's testimony, or the testimony of Roger of her sister, for those who don't know Spanish, was about the mistreatment her sister had by her husband. So we think testimonies are important, and poems and any kind of literary and non-literary material that can be produced, because this is not something that should be silenced. This is something we should talk about. We should not be scared of writing or making poems. We want poems to be beautiful and talk about the beauty of life, but we can also talk about the horrors of not only of life, but of certain societal structures which could be changed. So without further ado, I am going to perform a little story that kind of happened to me. It's called Playing in the Field. Playing in the field. When I was 12 years old, I made a mind-blowing, excruciating, revolutionary discovery. A man is worth 2 women. Or, if things go well, a woman equals half a man. You don't believe me? No? Heck, in what kind of world you live in? I mean, this is elementary, people. Girls in kindergarten know that. I learned that at the battlefield. That is to say, the soccer field. In Mexico City, great metropolis, capital of the world. Yeah, I was small, sure. But even then, I knew it was a universal law. As evident as gravitation, let me tell you. So, if you were playing against 5, but your team had 6, including you, of course, if you were a girl, that is to say, then you were totally fine, trust me. Especially if you didn't score. Particularly if you didn't score. Because as soon as you started dribbling past them, stealing the ball from underneath their legs, I know what you're thinking. Humiliating, right? As soon as you outsmarted them, danced past by, fooled the goalie, scored! Then you were worth 1 full player. The thing is, everybody openly agreed that you didn't count because you were a girl. That is, until you started to act like a man. Like somebody who knew what he was doing. Then you would complain and say, wait a minute, there's 6 in your team. Which would of course be tantamount to, she plays like a man. Of course, I would feel proud to play like a guy. And I would feel bad if I didn't get this praise. This is what I wanted. For 10 years, I fought that army of full-grown men growling at you like you were a little wet mutt, driving you away from the wolf pack. Later on, as I grew up and exchanged the soccer field for the bed, call it what you will, the merciless arena of the bed, and started to challenge men in their own territory, I found out it was the same old story. A man is worth at least 2 women. At least in my country. The little playground I played with as a little child. I would score them straight in the eye. I mean in the day. And no matter how much I would impress them with my star performance, they would go on to the next game, the next goal post. But I was good in that game, mind ya. I was worth 1 full-grown man, highly trained in technical skills. And that was not enough for them. So then, it hit me. Eureka! It wasn't about being good and bad at soccer. I could never win that game because I was playing by their rules. And their axiom was that 1 man equaled 2 or more women. That is, I would have to become a man to win the game. So then, that's what I did. That's the story. That's the story of how I became